We have started at 7:01.
We chose this day because John said he was available.
Okay. Minutes.
I don't know, I just sent them a text.
I had sent them out.
Did everybody read minutes?
Yes, that was a while ago though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Did
Yes.
anybody read minutes from the last meeting?
I did.
It's been a while, yeah.
I read them twice.
Can I have a
Okay.
motion?
That's good. I
Motion
didn't
to
read them at
accept?
I read
So
them. I
moved?
knew you wouldn't.
Thank you.
Second?
All in favor?
Who was the second?
Aye.
Okay.
Oh, did you make the motion to accept, so
You are
I
now.
seconded?
No. Somebody make a motion to accept.
I did.
I so
1 and
moved.
2.
Okay. All right.
We're
All in
good.
favor?
We're good.
Aye.
Well, it's been a while since we had a meeting, huh?
Okay.
We're a little confused.
Oh, boy.
Vendors.
Wait a minute, I can only read so fast. Okay, we have 21 vendors at the moment. I called one, they have to call me back to verify what they are doing. One is actually going, she wanted electric, and I call everyone who wants electric back and request why, because we only have so many spots. She's doing stone jewelry, but she's doing rock tumbling right there. And my 13-year-old thought that was wicked cool. I said, well, we've never had rock tumbling there.
Tumbling.
Yeah, you
It's
take
actually
out a
just the
rock, you
influence
tumble it,
from
they
lots
make
of
it really
supplies.
cool. Yeah, well, okay.
Some of us
So-
do that too.
Now, is it my understanding or not, is Delicious Downtown closed? Does anybody know?
I have not.
It's now a
seen
pet
any
store.
activity there.
Oh, now it's,
Yeah.
Delicious?
Is it really?
it's
a
a
pet
pet
store.
store? Wow.
It went from ice cream to pets?
They always had pet things in there, you know, but now they switch gears, so they closed the G-licious, and now they, something super pet, something or other store.
So they have live pets in there?
No, I believe it's like food, collars, bones,
Pet
things.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Pet
think you can buy an
supplies.
animal in
Pet
there.
supplies.
Pet supplies, let's call it that.
Okay, I put pet stuff.
I haven't been in there, so I don't know.
How
Okay.
do you know so much about them?
I hear things.
I know things.
I was at the library today, and I was very excited to tell Justin that we're getting Wild Bills. It's coming this year, and he's like, great, they're gonna be right out front. I said, okay, we're gonna need electric and water. That brought up a whole conversation about electric. They asked if they could use the Oktoberfest panel for some of the Soko halls, mini crock pots, and I explained why that does not work. And fuses get blown, soundstage goes down, and it's a whole craziness. So they are right now having issues with the Sokos having too many crock pots, and they're blowing fuses inside. So last year they had someone standing most of the day near the panel. Every time a fuse was blown, they had to switch it again throughout the day. And I suggest,
They do that to us too, what happened when they plug into our panels.
and that's why I said they can't use our panel. And so then I suggested they write a letter or contact the Sokals and say they were having an issue and they need to downsize, and they can work it out somehow. I'm sure they can, they're smart people.
Or they bring their own generator.
I mentioned the generator as well. We have to be careful with generators and the petting zoo and all that stuff behind there. So
I'll just read yours.
I was asked that from someone from town, well, gee, Oktoberfest makes enough money, why can't they just put in another panel? And I just stood there for a moment. And then I said, well, we don't always make money. Sometimes we break even, sometimes we don't. I mean, we can only do so much with what we have. And I don't know how much a panel would cost to install. And it was brought up, well, if the Soko Hall wants to keep using that spot, why don't they put in an electric panel? So I think he might be a little nervous about asking the Soko Hall to put in their own panel. And I said, well, why can't the Oktoberfest put another panel on? Because their money has to go for the insurance for the day and, paying for this, paying for that.
But the Sokol doesn't pay us anything.
Yes,
Okay?
right.
So why would we put a panel there so that they can use it and pay their electric bill, okay, when they don't pay us anything?
Can I end this now?
Can you what?
Can I end this now?
Sure, what are you gonna say?
Okay, just tell the Sokals that they're using up too much electricity and they need to come up with a solution.
It's not our problem.
It's not a.
I'm sorry, I don't
I
mean
was
to be
trying to help Justin
unsympathetic,
out, he's a
but-
great guy.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine, but it's,
Yeah, no, it-
we're
it's-
not having a problem with our electricity usage, right?
Well,
We're gonna let
we
them
are
bump
when
into
they
us
plug
to
in.
give us problems.
Yeah.
Say that again?
We are when they plug into it. What
Right,
happens is,
but we are using the electricity that we
It-
are providing with our own panel.
I know, but it has to be resolved because it usually ends up to be a difficult thing that day. Because every single time I have to go and unplug their crock pots from our outlet, because not only do they plug in all kinds of outlets inside there, but then they put their overflow in ours and it brings the stage down.
Yeah.
And they do it every time, so it really should be resolved.
Yeah, so just,
Right, but
so
not
we
on our
put it,
dime.
right, we just put it on them and say, you guys need to come up with another
Yeah.
solution. Because if a breaker is tripping that many times,
It's a safety issue.
yeah, that's actually,
It is,
it's an issue.
that's,
Having somebody
Yeah,
switch it back on after
Yeah.
it trips 17
Yeah.
times is not a healthy
No.
solution.
yeah,
It's a
it's not a
safety
healthy
issue.
solution. Yeah. But that's an example of when they do that to them, that's what they do to us. See, and then we can't keep turning the stage back on when
Yeah.
entertainers are
okay,
playing.
problem solved.
Yeah.
Tell
Problem
them,
solved.
tell them they need to come up with a solution that's independent of,
He actually wants to.
okay, but that's,
So, okay,
it's not
so
our
there's
issue.
that, yes. He's okay with the porta potties where they were last year,
Good.
so that takes care of that. But that also means with Wild Bill's, they won't be able to put their electric in the library. We're gonna,
We'll make sure that Wild Bill's has power.
I thought we were gonna try Wild Bill's down the other end.
Well, we'll discuss that because we'll discuss that when we get to the other part where we're trying to make things happen better at stage B. We
Okay.
haven't got to that part yet.
Oh, we're going there?
Huh?
I don't live with the man, he only tells me half. Okay,
Power
I'm
for
good, I'm
Wild
done.
Bill's. They don't really need much power either. They all
Would he be able to run off a generator?
Yeah, I run a generator that runs like 15 things, and I usually put it around that corner of the library, so Wild Bill's will be able to plug into that. They don't draw enough electricity to make a problem. They'll be able to
Okay.
plug in my generator.
Alright, I'm good, I'm done.
All right.
As far as I know.
No.
So,
Okay,
well, let me just add, like, where are we in comparison to where we normally are?
number 2 on the agenda.
In what?
And for a number of vendors.
Every year it's forward, backwards, whatever. It's usually a push comes to shove towards the end. My concern is we have no one doing Tim's job.
Yeah,
Well,
it-
that was
okay.
the next thing that we
We'll
were
get
gonna
to that.
discuss.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Can I start?
Yes.
Scrap it. It is too much work for too little reward. Scrap it.
How much money do we make off of those?
How much
Scrap
money
it.
do we make off of the spinny wheel and the cash cube?
Altogether, probably 1,000 maybe.
It's an awful lot of, I can't do it. I
It
don't have
is-
time.
I
to
can't
schedule
do it
together.
I don't know
solely,
anyone
it is,
that could.
and I don't have, because I've seriously thought about it, because I wanna be more of a contributor and I can do part of it, but these guys are like good schmoozers, and I mean that in the best way possible. I'm not. Like, I go to people at, like the liquor store, I went 85 times last year, and no, she's not here, we can't, like, I don't have that, like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
personality that draws
Tim was
people
Tim was
in.
perfect
Yeah.
personality
Yeah.
for that.
absolutely
He
perfect.
could get slapped in the face now and still, thank you for slapping me in the face.
Right?
But since
You're
you did,
awesome.
you might at least give me a little
Right.
something.
How
Oh,
about
fine,
that?
there you go, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Tim was great at that.
Yeah.
So I don't mind working on it with somebody, but I don't have that schmooziness that I think is really beneficial to being successful. But if we scrap it, then we're out potentially,
Yeah,
that's 2 activities.
between softball and I'm moving my business, so, no.
What was the lecture you gave me last week? Trying something new. Mixing things up.
I mean, we could certainly send out the letters and see what we get.
Hey,
There you
So
go.
John-
You volunteered.
John just volunteered
Ah,
to
that's
take
what
on the
happens when you
spinning
show up late, John.
Hey, Tim.
You just volunteered.
Yeah.
You volunteered to
No
take Tim's
calories,
job.
no sweetener.
That's not my area of expertise.
Splash of water, okay. Wait, when the spinach, you can drink it. There you go.
Thought you were gonna take a sip.
No, I just wanted to read it. I'm like, what is that? Oh, I would never take a sip from someone. Well, the thing is, it is a highlight, even though we don't make a whole lot of money off it. It is one of the high,
$1,000
couple
sounds
of,
like a amount of money.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's kind of a decent amount of money, but
you sure we only make $1,000
Yeah,
on
well,
two of them?
you got two, you really only got two things that are using those prizes, right? You got the cash cube and the spinning wheel. And and each one of those last time, they brought in, one of them brought in like $600 and the other brought in, like four something, so
I
that's
thought it
about
was
$1,000.
much more than that. Okay, but I'm saying I thought it was more.
no, that's a decent chunk of change. I'm not
It
I'm
is.
not dismissing
But
$1,000.
it's also, but it's
Sure.
also not just the money, it's an activity, so you know,
This is also a volunteer requirement. You need 2 volunteers for that throughout the day
yeah.
to run those. So that's another factor where we struggle with
Yeah.
volunteers. So devil's advocate, I can look at it from both directions. I don't mind trying to like put the letters together. Do we get the information from Tim, or does he still have like?
He
I know
gave
had,
it,
like,
he
an amazing
handed it to
database.
someone, he gave it off to somebody.
It was not
Probably
to
him.
me.
Wasn't me.
I'll
We
follow
can
up.
always ask him for it
I was gonna
again.
say.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
And
mind
he's
taking the
great
information that he's done,
record
I'm sure he's gonna
that he's
back
used
up or
before
something.
and send something
Alright, so-
out,
so
but
what if-
the follow-up is gonna be where I just,
What if we do one?
Okay.
So that we're not, I mean, it kind of, with letters and phone calls, I mean, we should be able to get enough stuff to do one of them.
What's in question?
Getting the prizes.
God, I hate
You were
bringing
inside,
late
you probably
people up
would
to
know.
speed.
No, trying to get somebody to do Tim's job, and he said to scrap it. I just do not have time scheduled to go out there and do that kind of stuff.
You have a baby.
So knocking it down to, baby equals
cute little
prizes.
baby.
He's handsome too. Bring him with you.
He can't drive yet.
Yeah, but you can bring him in and say, baby, smile.
Nobody says no to little babies.
Yeah, he is teething right now though, so
Oh, that's fun.
give me a prize and I'll get out of your store.
Yeah, right. Okay, to start crying.
all right.
Look it over.
We talked about that one right now. Let's get what Tim had, okay? We'll ask him for, if he didn't give it to somebody, we'll ask him for it so that we can at least look at it and see where he was. He sent out I know he did a mailing. I don't know
He
how.
did already?
Yeah, he did one, I think.
I don't think so.
No?
I didn't think so.
All right,
What, 2
then-
months ago?
Then if he didn't, then we'll get his information and we'll do a mailing and see what we get,
Okay.
all right?
How about if we offer one of them to someone else and
So,
we get a
well, hang on,
percentage?
and the other thing that you have to remember is the amount of, the day before, the amount of organization that goes into
I know,
trying to
I've
get
done
those
it.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
Till
So
3 in
it's-
the
it's-
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work getting that together,
Yes,
so that's
yes, I've
another
done
part
it till
that
3
you
in the
do.
morning before we got Tim to do it.
I know, so I'm just saying, so you know.
Yes, I know that, yes.
Alright, well,
Why I want somebody else to do it.
I don't have time. I babysit full-time with 2 children and I'm everywhere at
Well, there you
once.
go.
I used to do it.
Yeah,
And yeah, I did it for years and years, so it's not
so
my problem anymore.
but, so I guess that's what I'm saying is like, let's take stock of the amount of like human resources we have and, and say, look, is this integral to the event? It's really cool, it brings in some good money, but is that integral to the event that we should be spending that much horsepower on it? With that, I will get off of it because you said,
Well,
We've
I'm
talked about
gonna
it.
continue
Yeah.
because my question is.
no, he said enough.
I don't care.
I think we should
I always
stop.
listen to Tony.
Yeah, okay. I
Fine.
don't have time.
Go ahead, you can speak.
A suggestion is, like, for instance, if you wanted to take the spinny wheel, which is the easier one, and see if someone wants to run, they have to get their own prizes, they run it all day long, but we get a percentage of it. And they
You're
collect
talking about
tickets.
let another organization use it, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
All right, let's get, I suggest we get what Tim had. If he didn't do a mailing, we do a mailing, okay? And then, we see what we get back, and we work it out that way. Maybe run one of them, maybe offer the other one as a game to somebody for something, I don't know, we'll figure that out.
I might have an organization that might be interested in picking that up, but I have to talk to them and find out if they would
Okay.
have the ability and the resources.
Yep.
I would
So.
never let somebody who pronounces it organization run it.
Why? How do
Because
you
it's an
pronounce it?
organization. It's organization, not organization.
Ask the English.
Organization.
Okay,
Am I really that far off base?
Yeah, ask the English teacher.
let's
We get it
move
wrong.
on here. There's another group in town, Dynamic Douglas Day, okay?
Yep.
They had approached me to mostly pick my brain to figure out how we made such a successful event, because they want to do one in the summertime. So I sat with them and they came up with all these ideas. They're gonna do, I think the plan is they're gonna do an event, like at the end of August, end of,
It's been booked.
yeah.
Yep.
It's
And-
August 18th.
And they had requested to use our stuff. You know, like our cash cube, our spinning wheel, our stages, and, you know, our train. We rent the train, but it was, the request was there. And I had told them that, well, I have to ask the committee for that. I can't just make that up, okay? And, so, there you go. I just put it on the table here.
As long as we don't have to pack it back in the trailer.
Well, that's the issue.
No.
is-
Or something,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, no, just no.
I'm gonna
No.
abstain from this one because I have a connection to the individuals involved, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think wear and tear on the equipment.
If
Yeah.
it breaks, is it gonna be fixed?
Sure.
Yeah,
All that stuff.
I mean,
Stages
that's
already being, yeah, like shown
that's
there.
part of what we do when everything's put away is we take note and say, okay, this needs to be fixed,
Fix
and,
it,
you know, and,
yep,
it's-
beginning.
and then we get yelled at for not packing right, and
Yeah, who does that?
yeah,
Well, let's pay it forward, let somebody else pack, and then we can yell at them.
yeah. As long as they unpack it again, yeah,
Repack it
yeah, right,
the right way.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
can you imagine the disaster on October?
yeah, right. We go to then unpack
Okay,
it.
so let's have an official vote then.
Okay.
Move to vote.
You move to no?
Second.
Move to vote.
You move to vote?
Vote.
This is the part where you say all those in favor.
All those in favor? All those not in favor?
All those opposed,
Aye.
we'll go with nay. Yeah.
All right. That one's done. Keith, where are you?
I'm right here. I got a headline.
You do?
I do.
Who?
I can't remember the name of the band. But I want you to get
Wow,
sponsorship
he's pretty
for it.
famous.
No, it's not famous. It's a 7-piece, they're called Boombox. I believe it's Boombox.
Stadium Theater? They play?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
haven't seen them, but I've seen clips of them.
Yeah. So other than that, they Point Breeze had done secure. They were like a house band at Secure Tokyo forever. Yeah, they're gonna play from 2 to 4. So I'll get you their info.
Cool.
You're
Are they gonna be like ridiculously expensive?
Yeah, you're gonna want to get sponsorship for that one.
You're gonna have to give me some heads up on it.
I will.
If it's gonna be like
Yeah.
that.
It is going to be like that.
Alright.
I also which brings me to my next point, which is I need contracts for this year.
Oh, all right. That brings up the website.
Yes,
Please tell me you.
I told you
updated
last
it.
year. I don't have access to it anymore. I don't have the program that I used to. I brought this
Okay,
up
well,
last
you
year.
have access, you have
Yes.
username and password, but you do not have the ability to be able to edit it, is the way
Correct.
to say that, right?
Right.
Okay, who has time to do, I don't have time to do it, really.
We talked about me tackling a new site,
John wants to do it.
John wants to do the website?
put something together.
Okay, I will get you credentials to do the website.
It's got to get up fast.
Yeah,
like
people are
really
screaming.
fast.
Right, well, that's why I emailed you about the vendor form,
Yep.
because it's outdated,
Yep.
it's last year's vendor form on the website, everything.
And there was a whole thing on
Oh, yeah, he's a vendor
Facebook,
form,
Dynamic
too.
Douglas, about, oh, do this, reach
The
this,
vendor
reach this,
form.
oh,
Yes.
it's not
Okay.
updated.
Because I'll
Right.
get them up on Facebook.
Alright, so I'll send you vendor forms and contracts.
So I'll have to do it on a third party, like a Wix or one of those things.
What?
I say, you're talking to a computer guy who's lost
Yeah,
through
so,
the end.
I don't have the skill set to do it on like a Dreamweaver or whatever program is used nowadays.
So,
Dreamweaver's horrendously outdated, which is why I
That's what
can't
I
even
just
get
said,
it.
like I don't know whatever's used. So I could do it, I could create something, but it would be on one of those, like, posting website creator.
oh, okay. All right, well, that doesn't do as much good though.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue, is that we don't have access to the software to do it. Which is kind of what we talked about before, where if we went to a WordPress site, John could probably learn WordPress pretty easily.
Well, then go,
It's also the kind of thing that
if you created,
anybody can have a login
if you did it, what, on WordPress?
or whatever.
If you
site
did a
you want to do.
WordPress site and it looked, do one, because do one,
Okay.
and then we'll look at it. And if it looks like it, okay, and we all like it, then I'll redirect the URL there.
Okay.
Okay, so remind me tomorrow.
So,
I will, I will get you a link to a website, or to a template. It might cost us $100. Okay,
A year or flat?
flat.
yeah,
Okay, so, and I'll send you off the template, take a look at it. And then we can say, do you have any sort of testing site? Like if we got the template, like a place we could like host it so that we can play with it?
yep.
Okay. Alright, so the three of us will work on that tomorrow. We'll get her done.
All right. Okay, website.
It's not gonna happen tomorrow for me, but this week, later in the week.
Okay.
Okay,
If I sent you the template tomorrow, can you look at it tomorrow?
Can't
Okay.
go to New Hampshire.
okay. Got anything?
Asking people if they wanna help. I haven't gotten anybody.
It's still early.
Yeah.
It's still
I asked
early.
all the softball parents, and I asked a lot of them, I said, do you even go? And they said, no. And I said, do you mind if I ask why? And a couple of them said there's too many people, just not people. And the other one said that, besides the food and the music, there's really nothing like the vendors that are there, the roofing guy or the gutter guy, like, if I want that, I'll go get it myself. So I said, so does that mean you wouldn't want to help and participate and set up and run and that? Yeah, no.
Well, see,
So,
that's where they
I
don't
don't-
really check out vendors, cause
No.
every year
No,
we
that's
have
where they don't.
homemade vendors there that do crafts, every
I
single
know.
year.
I've tried, I said, well,
Yeah.
you gotta take a walk down there, it changes, it's
You
different.
are gonna get the gutter guys and, some of those, you'll get Unibank and all of that.
Sure.
Some of these guys like Unibank and Webster First that set up, give out free stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they're also sponsors, they also pay for the stage and, that type of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So,
You gotta have them,
you gotta have them,
yeah,
yeah.
no pun intended.
And
That's-
then,
That's actually really
Gotta
good.
have 'em.
you gotta,
Nice.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is really good.
Yeah, we caught
I should go on to the high note, shouldn't I?
But there are other vendors. And, we try to do a mix.
They just don't pay attention. There's a person there that makes really cool spoon jewelry, and I collect spoons, so to me, yeah, that's awesome. But they have a lot of baby outfits, crocheted, handmade sweaters and blankets. People
Artwork.
just don't investigate.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they do.
But wait till you hear what he's got new this year. He's got pictures, so it's
Yeah.
super cool.
I'm saving that for that.
Okay, say that to the end.
I was gonna actually talk about something else, and I flew right out of my head.
Stage B.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's see. How about the dogs?
We erase.
My phone call has been unreturned so far.
Because we had discussed putting the dogs at
Yes.
stage B.
Which I'm still hoping for, as well as somebody to swallow a sword.
Oh, jeez.
Miss Sword.
I don't know if that's gonna, I'll find out this week, cause, it's my boss's son, so I called him. I
Is he a
said,
sword swallower?
Seriously?
I'll tell you the whole thing if you want to listen. So, I sent him a text explaining that, could be 10,000 people, you get to show your craft to 10,000 people. I said, only pays about, I said $200. I said, I don't know what you normally get paid, I don't know what your time slot is. He says, for 45 minutes, we get $700 to $900. And I said,
Thanks
really?
anyway.
Well, we can't pay that. And he said, sorry, boss man. So I talked to my boss and I said, hey, what's up with your son? He's 33, he lives at your house rent free, and he wants to charge us $700 to put on his sword swallowing show at the event. So he's gonna talk to him, and he thinks he'll get it down to $200. It may get for nothing, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Otherwise he's moved out.
Yes, yep,
If you can get that
Now,
much
if we
money,
could-
then you're paying rent.
Now, if we
well, yeah.
if we could get that act sponsored by the local knife sharpener,
Oh, be a match made in heaven, wouldn't it? Be a match made in Oktoberfest.
before you do that.
So that, and smear campaign is out too.
Yeah, you did say that.
Nobody's gonna be here. Some are, so they said no.
Okay. Anything?
Still trying to find my spot.
If you guys remember that when we used to have a parade in the morning, remember? When we started the parade in the morning, it used to,
I was never
it
awake
used to
that
bring a
early.
lot of people downtown early. You remember that, right? No, you don't remember that? That's because you guys.
Keith,
never-
really?
You guys never get there that early.
No, I was never there that early. That was before I was on the committee.
It actually was.
Yeah, and
It actually was.
It was with Dave St. George
It
though,
was
right?
with Dave St. George.
And to my
Okay.
point, I was never up that early.
Yeah. You were
What time
never
was
up
the
there.
parade?
We had a parade that started at 9 o'clock, okay, and it used to start the event off, okay? But we did. We had a parade that started at 9 o'clock. We used to start it with the high school band and a parade, okay? Well, that was pretty popular because people had their children in the parade, so they
Sure.
all came down early. So we had a pretty good crowd, and it stayed pretty much all the entire morning.
And then people
you got them there
Tried to
early.
get into college.
Huh?
And then people tried to get into college.
Okay, well, now what happens is the high school band does their, for some reason, now they do their MCATs that day, so that's
Oh,
part of the
that's what
reason
you
why.
mean. I didn't understand what
SATs.
you were talking about.
Yeah, that's why, we don't have the high school band play in the morning anymore, they play in the afternoon, and they come and close the event.
And
Anyway.
that's why the
The moral to that story was
Chorus
when we
was
had a
the
parade
same
in the
slot.
morning, it got a lot of people there.
because
came
all
up-
the parents came to see the
I
band.
came up with a really strange idea.
You?
Oh, Lord.
You did?
Alright, let's
Lay it on us.
let's see
Okay.
what your definition of
Good
strange
thing we're
is.
sitting down.
How many of you guys ever been to Disney?
God, I hate that place.
Okay.
2000.
I mean, call my travel
My
agency.
favorite
We'll send you
place.
there.
Disney does,
Magical.
Disney does parades. Now, if you remember, I
Fireworks.
sent you an email saying, what would it take to have all of the stages play the same music,
Yep,
right?
yep,
Okay, now keep that thought in your mind.
yep.
Okay, because that's what Disney does. When Disney does a parade, okay, they all of a sudden, bang, every speaker in the park plays this
same
music,
thing,
okay?
yeah.
And
Highway to
then
Heaven,
they do the
yep.
parade, okay? Yeah, all right. Now, in the year 2000, we went down and we saw a special parade that they had at Epcot, and they called it Tapestry of Nations, okay? And in that parade, they had puppets, okay? And you wore them. People wore puppets, okay?
You're going off the rails, Tony.
I
Going
know.
off the rails, but
Senior sock.
no, you haven't seen anything yet.
You should see my
Okay.
kitchen.
We hiring Jeff Dunham?
Oh, he's awesome.
That would get.
Now, if you you ever see any of those puppets?
You're really gonna have to recover from puppets. What do you
Okay.
got?
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, you wear the puppet, okay? And
That's just a costume at that.
I made one, okay? That's what they look like. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
All right.
And
No,
I
that's
actually,
kind of cool.
I
It's kinda
actually
cool.
made two of them. Okay.
Okay.
What you don't see here is you don't see the things that I have on it that move the arms.
Yep.
Okay. But the idea is that we were going to have, not me, okay, but a group of 4 or 5 do a parade up the street wearing these puppets, okay, and we call it like the puppet parade. Now it's pretty unique, okay, and we would schedule it so that it did it like twice a day. You do it like 10 o'clock, and then you do it at 2 o'clock. And we put it in all our advertisement and stuff, and people were gonna wanna see that, you know?
The person doing it with that particular costume, we're thinking they would wear a black outfit and they would wear
A mask. So you don't
plain
know.
mask.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the mask, it's plain, because you don't want people's attention drawn to the person. But the person would practice with that and they would be able to shake the little kid's hands.
How
Did you
heavy
see it
is
yet?
it? Yeah. it's
It would
very-
have to
I'm
be an
impressed,
adult.
actually.
It would have to be an adult do it.
How do you have that on?
It's
It
strapped
straps
twice.
on you. Okay, it's actually it's a pole. Okay, it's a puppets on a pole.
Puppets on a pole that goes behind your
Dancing.
back and
And it
gets
goes
strapped to
straps
your back.
Yep.
Can we
Puppets on a
get
pole
like,
dancing.
can we
Sort of
get
pole
either,
dancing.
can we get like,
Stop looking at the camera.
can we get like high school,
Sorry.
high school drama kids?
Yes,
Or, like,
I was
there's a
thinking
theater
of
company in Whitensville,
if-
can we get like actors to
yeah.
do something
Picture
like this?
picture like this looks better in real life than it does in a
It
picture.
looks cool in the picture.
It is very cool.
But what I made 2 of them. One of them doesn't have the arms on yet. Okay?
Yeah,
I
she's
was-
all floral.
Yeah. So you know it's like a
What
boy and a
makes it a
girl,
she?
and then
The flowers.
yeah.
Don't go there.
I was thinking that
Are the
what
names
happened
Tony and Mary?
is, say
No,
we
we're gonna
actually
name
make
after the
this an
kids.
event, okay? Then what would happen is we could audition every year for our puppet dances. Do you know what I mean? And then it would be like an event that not only for the putting it on for the 2 times or 2 or 3 times during the event, but also for the people that want to do it.
What if instead of doing a parade, you have people wandering around the event, like sort of like a Mickey Mouse or
Kinda
Because-
like King Richard Fair.
yeah.
I don't,
Just sort
But
of-
but
I don't
but
think
during
that'll
King
work.
Richard's Fair, like there was certain times
Yep.
where
Yep.
like this thing happened.
Yeah,
Can
but
we-
it has to be a scheduled thing, okay? Because by being a scheduled thing, it's gonna make people show up for that.
Not the
Or
first
stay
year,
for that.
But
So they
Or
could
subsequent years.
instead of doing a parade, could they wander the streets from like 9 to 10, 11 to 12, and
well, yeah, but what?
2 to 3?
You're gonna get crowded and you gotta be careful with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of okay with doing like a certain time where they march down.
Yeah.
They march down Main Street up to Depot. And then back or not. But,
Yep.
And then you could even have like one kind of wandering around through the day. Because that's kind of like what they do at King Richard's, right? It's like you'll have like a person kind of wandering around here and there, and then like at a certain time there's
There's a bigger
the
one
big
that comes up.
parade. Yes.
Right.
This is the one they had at Disney.
That looked like a Burning Man.
That's it?
That's neat.
We decided to not do the legs.
So here's another. Sorry, Mary.
That's where I got
Well,
the idea.
we were
See?
even thinking
And they do a
that.
parade, and they do it, at a certain time.
Always.
They do it at this time and this time and this time. What that does, though, if you look at their philosophy or the way that they do it, is people know it's going to happen at 10, so they gather at 10 so that they can be there to see that. They line the street to see it. Okay, that's what I'm after. I'm kind of after that. I'm kind of after people saying, "Wow, you got to be there at 2 because they're doing it again at 2 o'clock. You got to
Well,
show up to
like
see
he
these
just
guys."
said, you know?
So I'm wondering maybe not for this year, but maybe this year or some point in the future, if we can get people to choreograph a performance,
Yeah.
have them do a performance in front of stage B at 10 o'clock,
Yeah, as part of the
11
parade.
o'clock, whatever, and then when they're done the performance,
They could just
yeah,
disperse
people
and go to the beer
disperse, go
garden.
up and make their way up Depot Street or whatever. But for the meantime, in the meantime, people would gather at stage B to see the performance. But it would have to be something choreographed.
Yeah. Maybe.
But
Yeah.
if you got a crew, dancers or drama. Actually, when I worked at BMR, there were a group of kids who had taken dance lessons forever, and they wanted choreographing performances at the school. So maybe it's not a drama group, but maybe it's a dance crew, a dance troupe that could choreograph something with that. I'm sure that's in their wheelhouse.
That's pretty neat. What are the, what is the exact name of it? Just put in like Disney Pub, where can I look?
No,
at
no,
the,
no, no, it's not a Disney anything.
It's not a Disney anything.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
but if you
I'm-
wanted to see an example.
If I wanted to see an example, I'm not looking to put a name on it,
Tapestry
I'm
of
looking to see an
Nations.
example.
Yeah.
And we gotta come up with something.
Besides that example, you wanna just
Well,
take a picture
we
of
were
that?
trying to
and
come
look at
up
that
with
all night?
names and
That's the Disney.
we even asked the grandchildren and so, yeah, he's making
And he
another
gave me
one,
the
so
idea,
he goes, well, name
and
it
I built
after
my
the
own.
kids, Mark,
That's
Melissa,
pretty
and
impressive,
Ricky.
that is tall, there should be a height requirement, you don't want anybody walking into power lines downtown?
Yeah, that's why
That would put on a show.
That's why I only
Do that
made
with
mine
sword swallow.
10 feet high instead of 15 feet high like this
That's,
guy.
that's
Okay.
20 feet, yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
What about
The one that I made is nowhere near that.
Alright, I know how we make back our money on the.
And
from
then-
the
You still look
the
pretty tall, you gotta be over 10 feet.
stuff.
It's 10 feet,
I'm not sure.
but 10 feet's not enough for a power line.
how about something larger than life?
Oh, goodness, I-
Larger than life parade, larger than life.
What was that
It's
puppet,
always 10 feet.
not a puppet, that video game?
Well, it's 10 feet because the pole was 8.
That Colby was
And it's
totally
2 feet off the
obsessed
ground
with for
behind
Little Big
Little
Planet.
Big Planet. Like, what do they call that? Because that's what it looks
So
like.
does that pole go all the way to the top of this thing?
Yep.
So I think they're sock puppets. Or sock people.
Use the gloves, just stuff the gloves with working gloves.
Tony, you have a picture of the girl in there too. We
Yeah, I
took
do.
double pictures. I don't have it here.
I have
so
I have
So-
a picture of the other one, but it's not finished.
But we also thought of, along with that, we could have some other, like, kids in costume, and they could be handing out candy along the way with the puppets.
That would be good too.
As long as they were old enough
See,
and the parents.
That's the other one.
I want like 4 or 5 of those.
But I
happens
haven't
if it
finished.
rains?
I haven't put the arms on it.
Can they
Keith,
still go?
really?
Can they still go
Beautiful.
in the
That's a
rain?
good question.
It's cool, isn't it?
It is neat.
Do they melt in the rain? Do they melt in the rain?
No.
Nice. So, you want my idea for how we make money?
How do we make
Dance
money?
with the
What? How?
puppets?
Nope, you're close. So, we can start off the day with a parade. I'm guessing that's what you want,
Yeah.
right? Like a morning parade. And we'll have the train lead the parade, and we sell seats on the train. The first ride all the way down Main Street, $10 a seat. It's probably enough seats there to make back the spinning wheel.
Works for me if it works.
That
Yeah, that's her.
Seat of honor.
Can you make 4 or 5
See,
of them?
it just went up $5.
You're just in my
15.
kitchen.
4 or 5. 4 or 5.
4 or
Make
5.
4 or 5 of those?
Yeah. I can. Right now, that's the second one. I have enough stuff to make 2 more.
Ask him how many times he burnt his fingers on the hot wire.
Hot glue, yeah.
And the hot glue, oh yeah.
My kitchen's a disaster. My house is small and my kitchen's a disaster because that stuff is all over.
But I.
Do you want me to reach out to dance troops in the area and see if I can find 4 or 5 people that want to do this for the day?
In the parade, yeah.
Yes.
They would have to be
Yes.
available the 2 times.
Yeah, well, first of all,
Or-
well, they'd have, if you get them interested, okay, then we'll have to do like a rehearsal, we'll have to they'll have to see these things and they'll have to strap them on them.
Yeah, there's gotta be some balance involved with it, I
Yeah.
imagine.
They're not heavy.
Did you dance with it?
Oh, he was on the front
I
lawn.
was running around the front lawn with it.
Were
strapped
you
to my
really?
back, Yeah,
You should have called us, we'd have loved to see that.
yeah, you would have
Next
laughed
time
your head
video.
off. He's-
He came in and says, you should have seen me.
But it is easy to move, it doesn't like get top heavy on you or anything, or? As long as you stay within control, I imagine?
You can, when I did it, the idea was, and because these things are like, the one that Disney made had legs and stuff. That was a little bit too cumbersome, so I just made ones with arms. The arms are made so that you can reach down and you can pat a little kid's head or, shake his hand and stuff. And that's what it was for.
That's all I can imagine. Somebody going down like an experience, wow,
Wow.
that puppet assaulted
No,
my
but-
child.
They're gonna reach up and wanna touch, so you can, it was made so that he could shake your hand.
Okay, and you
And
control the arms with your arms?
yes, you control,
Ah,
well,
okay.
the arms have rods on them. Okay, you didn't see that in the picture, but like the ends, so with that, I have like this fiberglass rod that straps to the end and you can move it around so that he's waving his arms and, that type of stuff based on the stick. That's what makes it a puppet, right? And then I can go like that and shake your hand.
Oh,
And
okay.
the arm is 5 feet long and the guy's 10 feet high, you know? It's kind of cool. I was running around waving my arms in the front yard with this thing.
That's cool.
So, I just thought it would, you know, it's another weird thing. I mean, I jumped up the, you know, the bouncy balls out there, and that was a hit.
Yeah, that was asked to be borrowed too. Yeah, no, those are expensive.
We need a better name than puppet.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of something
A better
Yeah.
name than puppet. Not a
How
better
about,
name,
how about a
different name.
Muppet?
about a
No,
puppet.
that's
I
copyrighted.
think the puppets will
Well,
be
summit.
popular. I think they'll be, you know, people will want to see them, especially if you have somebody that dances in them, you know, that does some kind of a routine with them rather than just walk around. That's why I wanted to talk about when they come out. I wanted
You want
all
music.
of the stages to play the same music so that people know that there's something going on, no matter where you are. You say,
It would be great
You know?
to start out with a speaker saying, you know, welcome to Douglas
Yeah.
Oktoberfest 2018. We'd like to start this event with, or whatever. And the music starts, and here comes the train and the costume and dancers, the puppets. Because you'll get people's attention if all the speakers, someone starts talking nice and loud, but not yelling, but bringing people's attention to, oh, there's something really cool gonna happen right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll make that happen.
now, as far as making the stage play the same music,
Yeah, no, I can make that.
huh?
I can make that. I'll figure it out. I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out.
Well, I did.
I have an idea.
I did kind of look up drive-ins. Remember drive-ins when they used to work?
Yeah,
They used to have
an FM
an FM
or AM.
transmitter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, and you
Yeah.
can buy those.
yeah.
You would put it in a drive-in, so you have an FM transmitter, and each one of the stages would have an FM receiver, and then plugged right into the
Oh.
sound system.
Yep.
Boom! They all play the same music at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, we'll figure something.
Awesome. That would also be good for announcements.
Yeah.
It would be good to have the announcements throughout the
Come
country.
on.
Well, the only
All of them.
thing, you just have to let everyone know, because it'll have to be a separate channel on the,
Yeah.
you know, on the
Yep.
mixing board.
Yep.
Just go over that channel.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you know if your friend is interested in doing sound again?
Yeah, is he gonna get paid for it? I know that you said, you know, you wanted John to do it, but,
Well, John's going to be a dancer, so he doesn't have time to do it.
All right,
So
so
we're
Dan's
gonna,
in.
we're gonna
He
pay.
had 2 beans last year, 2 beans again?
Oh yeah, that's well worth it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because then we can use the
I
same.
can't do sound, it's
Yeah.
just too much.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. It's-
I know
yeah,
you said
it's-
something last time, so.
Yeah.
John's gonna be in charge of the puppet people, so.
Because when John and I like emceeing the dogs and all the other stuff, it gets
Yeah.
too much during the day.
I figured
So,
as much, but, you know, I didn't want to step on any toes, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I'm wearing open toe sandals right now.
Nice, that's great. All right, I will, I told Dan that I will call him after, the meeting tonight, so, I'll wait till the meeting's over to call
Okay,
him.
Awesome.
so I have 2 puppets, need 2 more puppets.
Yeah,
2 to 3.
yeah, 2 or
2
3.
or 3. Oh, we'll have
4
2.
to 5 would be nice.
Yeah,
4
so
or 5. I know it would be nice. I'd like to have 6 actually.
We'll pick a day to put something together, you give us a little plan of what you did to get where you are, I mean, what are you, fiberglass poles and PEX pipe and
It's
zip
actually,
ties?
it's actually a piece of
Pools?
PVC pipe.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
like 5/8, 3/4 or something like that, yeah?
It's this one, it's actually 1
1
inch
inch.
so that it doesn't bend too badly.
Okay,
Reminds me of this show I saw in Worcester years ago. It was a troupe of 4 people on flexible poles. Like the poles went like 30 feet in the air, and they
oh yeah.
they climbed up to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a choreographed performance of these people bouncing on the poles, and it was really neat. I'd never seen anything like it before.
huh,
You should
Similar but different.
yeah. You should see if you can find that for a show for
No idea what their name was.
Stage B. Just
people swinging on poles.
Yeah, I was gonna say Google large pole
No.
dancing.
No.
It's gonna take a few pages through Google.
You'll get there.
I have a couple of questions. Are you done down there?
Yeah.
Okay. You had an issue last year on the Mason's lawn with vendors not giving you space for stage. We
Yeah.
still have to contact Masons to discuss what's going to happen or cannot happen, thoughts or whatever about their lawn and usage.
Yeah, so I also reached out to the athletic boosters and got nowhere there either. So
They just recently, within the last week, requested vendor forms.
okay,
Well, they got a vendor form last year
Yeah.
too, but nobody wanted to pay.
yeah. Well, we just gotta follow up with them because that's because I kind of said I'm like, look, you know, it'd be cool if you guys did like something sports related for a fundraiser up there, you know, because we're looking at doing the dog thing down on stage B. So, but I think they were transitioning leadership at the
Okay.
time. So
Alright,
if you have a contact,
I don't,
okay, who requested it from you?
not sure.
Okay.
The name sounded slightly familiar, but that's all I can tell you.
All right. Now
So you're gonna reach out to them again?
Sounds like it.
Okay. Who wants to volunteer and talk to the Masons? Okay.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll if you have a contact that would be super helpful, send it to me and
Alright. I will try to get the contact.
and just kind of let me know what your concerns are and I'll talk to them.
Having vendors that doesn't pay for a vendor spot.
Yep, just
And cooperation with the stage B where you need to set up, and we can rope that up.
stay C.
Yeah, that one.
I was like, I thought I finally
Yeah.
had the stages all figured out.
I knew what I was saying, and Keith just followed me right along.
Oh, no.
Just
Yeah.
send me an email.
Alright, okay.
If it's not my email, it doesn't exist.
Okay then.
We purchased awnings.
Oh, good.
We have 10 of them.
Awesome.
They're neon orange. They're orange colored, not neon, but orange colored. They're orange colored for Oktoberfest.
Okay.
It's and they're gonna say Douglas Oktoberfest on them.
We're gonna
Oh, are they
that's
really?
awesome.
well, once we spray paint them.
That's very cool.
There's no picture.
Yes, there
Even
is.
though they're on my front lawn. Oh, they're there. They're actually on my front porch.
So
Along
now,
with everything else.
okay, these belong to Oktoberfest because you don't buy orange ones.
You don't know that. You don't know what I'm into.
They don't say Oktoberfest on them either.
They will.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
No, they
have mine
won't.
with a C.
Okay, so those are done.
I knew that, just testing you.
Anything else? Anybody got anything else?
Yeah. It's 2 meetings in a row. You skipped over my report.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's
it's
have your
terrific.
report then?
Sent out a press release to all the local papers. Hopefully see something this week. Papers asking for vendors, performers, volunteers. Reached out to all of the schools. Reached out to Douglas High School. Reached out to Blackstone Valley Tech for the
Robots.
robots.
Christian School has one too.
As what?
Robotics team.
We're gonna have the Blackstone Valley Tech
Wow.
robots.
Why don't we have them fight?
So you haven't heard back from them though? Yes,
BVT's in.
they're in,
Yep.
awesome.
You know, like I knew, everyone says like, contact me in September.
Yeah.
The school year. So.
We get worried when it gets September because it's
yeah,
so
because,
close to the
well,
event.
a lot of times though,
Which is why I said-
when you do
School
that, they'll
related
say,
is
oh
hard.
gee, you should have told me a month ago.
Yeah, right.
So,
So I cast a wide net at Douglas. BVT was great. They were like, yep, we'll be good. Just let me know when it gets a little bit closer. Reached out, cast a wide net at the high school, to honor societies, to classes, each individual class, to student leaders. So, heard back from a couple people, and again, like, yeah, we should be able to do something, but when it gets closer. So I don't know, holding pattern until
School's back in
August,
session.
end of August, beginning of September, but I'll send out emails again in early September. Hopefully get some volunteers. The other thing with volunteers, I've got that mailing list for all the emails from the survey. So,
Right.
so I can send out something saying, hey, looking for volunteers.
Yeah, right, like if you cared enough to fill out a survey, like you might care enough to
Help.
volunteer. Good call.
There was a question too that said, would you be interested in volunteering? Yes, no, or maybe.
Oh, well, there
We
you
did
go.
get a handful of
It was a
yeses.
handful there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so, maybe what I'll do is when I'm sending personal emails to those people, because it's not many. Ask if they want to volunteer, and then if we get some yeses, I'll send them your way.
Awesome.
Sweet.
That's it.
I did have a vendor, actually we may have an iced tea vendor that has a really cool setup, and they have their square boxes like the tea that was thrown overboard in Boston.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's fill a mug or
I have a
a cup.
picture of them also.
Yep. And so they requested an additional vendor form for someone who's doing maple products. And I thought that was cool. Maple syrup products and all that. If you guys ever tried
Iced tea.
smoked maple syrup on salmon or anything on the grill,
Alright.
Syrup on salmon?
It's kind of like the same idea as Wild
maple
Bill's.
syrup
Yeah.
on
It's
salmon
iced tea.
was incredible.
There's different flavored iced teas. like,
Really?
You may think
raspberry
it
iced
sounds
tea,
funny.
cinnamon
I'm more
iced tea.
likely to
I'm
relax.
laughing
Wild
at
Bill's at,
wants to
Springfield.
It is
So I thought
unbelievable.
it
He
was
loves it
getting
on
Wild Bill's down
chicken.
in
I
State
threw it in
Street.
casseroles, on
Really?
vegetables, and
Well,
just brush
Okay,
it on.
here's the
Because it's got a
thing.
smoked
Okay.
flavor. You don't add tons of it.
If we do
really,
that,
really
if I
good.
put a vendor down there, like Wild Bill's, okay? And he doesn't do well down there, because he's not gonna wanna be down there,
It's a tea,
okay?
it's
If
cool.
all the rest of the food is up someplace else, okay? If he doesn't do well down there, he won't come back. Okay?
Well, realistically, we only had him 1 year anyway. I said realistically, he only came 1 year anyway.
I know, but he can't, that was for, it wasn't because he didn't do good, it was
Yeah.
because,
No, I'd obviously want to have him do well. And like, we're moving the dogs down there.
He'll do okay. He'll do okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just saying that if we put vendors down there.
I think it's a
Particularly
good
with-
draw.
Yeah.
Particularly with the refill cups, because people will
Yeah.
keep circulating back down there to get their refill.
You'll
That's the
have to
best way.
fight Justin, the library guy. He wants Wild Bill's in his
Yeah.
front.
But it is conceivable. we
He's
can-
already got
But if,
everything over there.
But it's
if we got,
doorstep.
if we
Yeah.
got lemonade, okay, the lemonade guy, we can put the lemonade down. Okay, you're not gonna wanna put him next to Wild Bill's anyway, you're gonna wanna separate the drink guys, I think.
We have a lemonade person too?
That's the picture he just showed you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was,
Yeah,
no,
did you see it?
I thought that was tea.
I thought that was a tea.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
tea.
tea,
That's
yeah.
right, iced
That-
tea.
Okay.
It's
The
flavored,
same guy's got a
flavored
lemonade
iced tea.
booth, okay, that he does lemonade.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
now I understand.
Yeah.
I'm so
I think the
confused tonight.
Historical Society usually does lemonade too.
Yeah, but they,
The
these
farmer's
people,
market.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
So, we'll discuss it, when we, come up with a plan.
I want that maple guy to come.
The maple guy?
I want the salmon guy to come.
Smarty pants,
The
go
milk
to
guy.
Alaska. I'm going with you.
I saw that milk. I saw the truck. I saw the milk truck. The other day, amended.
I contacted a milk dairy, Monroe Dairy.
That's
'cause
what I saw.
Yeah, I contacted them
What?
and I have to
Monroe? That's who you saw?
Possibly. In Medford?
They deliver, I looked it up because it was, Keith
But
had a
that's-
thing there.
Yeah,
No,
that's
maybe
who
not.
we get.
Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, that's why I contacted them. I looked up their website and they deliver here and everything else, and I asked if they were interested. I have to recontact them and give them more information. So they may be very interested
Well, let me
in
know, because
coming.
I'm a client,
Well, why don't you call them up
not
and say,
only a
hey?
club member, and, yeah. I,
Move over.
Oh, gee.
what was, is that a couch?
I know, it was utterly ridiculous, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
that's better. Good recovery.
Alright, so I have to recontact them. Now, I also thought of contacting Wright's Dairy Farm to have their desserts, but I didn't think I could have the Monroe Dairy and the Wright's Dairy, the same thing, so.
But aren't they different products?
I don't know, cause I don't go to either one.
Does Monroe do?
Monroe does do, but I mean, like, they're milk delivery, but I mean, they deliver other stuff too. I would start with Monroe,
Right.
because they service this area, whereas Wright's doesn't.
John and I get free milk all day, I'm just saying, that's part of the deal.
Yeah, that should be awesome by the end of a hot day.
At least I'd have something to eat, I mean, come on. Besides pizza at the end of the night.
Christina sent me just recently, the letter for, the use of the, back lot, so that we can,
It was a topic of discussion in the household.
yeah, it was?
Did you get in touch with Tony yet? No? Can you get in touch with Tony? Yes, after I have a meeting. Okay.
Okay, well, I
Did you get in
find.
touch with Tony yet?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, thank you.
That was some discussion. Anyway.
It wasn't a good discussion,
Yeah,
I'm just.
yeah. So I'm gonna be filing for the permit, and I
Good.
have all the documents now, so I can file for the liquor permit. I'm gonna ask for a beer and wine license this time.
Why are you looking at John?
We need to start contacting Berkshire.
Yes,
Okay.
okay, so Wine Berkshire up. We need to figure out where we can buy wine.
Or see if there's a company that will donate just a couple cases or whatever of, I don't drink wine, white and red.
Yeah,
This is
you
the
need-
kind
you
we
need a
have,
white and a red.
we sell it and they'll donate
The
it and we
survey-
promote them.
The survey, somebody had asked, and I think that we'll sell a few glasses of wine. There are people that wanna go in there and they don't like beer. so
Sure, yeah.
They'll have, a couple glasses or a
I
glass of
think
wine or
that's how you
something.
tell who the communists are.
Huh?
That's how you
Milkshake.
tell who the communists are. Don't let them
Who makes wine in the area?
in. Newport's the only thing I can think of. No, there's gotta be,
Churro Vineyards.
there's somebody closer that has.
Alright, so we're gonna put
wine.
Keith and John that they're gonna contact wineries in the local
Oh,
area?
hell no.
Okay,
Where's the show? Yeah, where's the?
I don't know. You want me to try?
Sure.
okay.
I'll try.
Okay, so, yeah, we're just looking for, a nice red and a nice white.
It's in the Cape.
How much are we,
I don't-
you're
I
not
don't-
gonna fill the glass up,
Newport.
right?
No,
Like you do a
typically don't.
beer.
You typically don't.
4 ounce, something like that?
Yeah, usually it's like 4 ounces.
Oh,
Okay.
And we can get special cups for that.
if you
Um,
send me an email,
So
Christina's
that,
gone.
half
so that
cups,
the
whatever
bartender,
that
yeah,
might
so
be
that the
that
bartenders
winery,
can do it
But she's
the right
gone
way.
a couple times
Um,
now.
So,
So,
So we're not looking for a presents, we're just looking for a donation.
Well, we can,
well, it's a little bit of both, right?
we can do the whole thing.
it's
If
kinda
they
like
have
Berkshire.
signage and
Yeah.
gift cards
yeah,
and
yeah,
Berkshire kind of
flyers,
deal.
we
Yeah.
can offer all that, but we'd really like if they would donate a
I've also
couple
known
cases of each, and when it's gone, it's gone.
So she can
and
say,
we'll advertise for
We've
them.
got
We'll put
Berkshire.
up
Yeah.
there-
But we
Yes,
don't
for us,
need
can you
them to actually
match that?
physically be here.
The bartenders
No,
can
the
handle
bartenders
pouring
will
the
do that,
wine,
yeah.
yeah.
And if they wanted to be here, we'd be okay with that?
Well, if they wanted to have a rep there, I don't know.
You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna ask if they can do a tasting. Would you want them doing a tasting or no?
Hmm?
They're gonna ask if they can do a tasting, if they can set up a booth, and this is my guess. If you're saying like, hey, will you cut us a deal, and we can offer you
No, I
a
wanna sell
spot.
it, I don't wanna give it away.
Right, so, might be a,
Yeah. So,
Okay. Crazy question. Do we want to consider trying to just get like a deal on purchasing wine that we can then sell?
Oh, we'd like to have it for free if we could.
I'd like a donation if I can, but not, if not, then, yeah.
You don't think so? I bet like a
We
Newport
will not-
winery or something
I
like
don't-
that would give you a
If
case.
we, especially if we're gonna buy it, we're not gonna buy a lot.
Right.
Because I don't know how,
We don't wanna be
you know,
stuck with
when
it,
it's
yes.
gone, it's gone, you know.
So-
So,
Here's what I'm thinking. So Christina went to a corporate event, and I'm trying to find out which place it was, but they not only had wine, but they had cider. And cider's where it's at. Yeah,
Huge right now.
yeah.
How much can we get in the beer tent?
Well,
and still
cider's the
do-
same as beer.
Comes in a keg.
Yeah, it's
Berkshire doesn't do cider.
no. But if we could talk to this, they might not do kegs either. But they have they have like jugs.
Maybe they have wine in a bottle.
For shame.
So now I
I
would bet
drink this
if
stuff.
if we don't get a donation of wine and we want to buy a case, probably like 100, 120 bucks.
Yeah, I mean, we could get. I'm sure if we called, Douglas,
Diggers.
yeah, Diggers,
Well-
you know, might do something.
well, we can't buy it from Diggers, we have to buy it from,
But if it was donated from Diggers,
nope,
no.
nope, it's very, very clear on how we can buy alcohol.
How
I
clear?
can't buy the alcohol from a package store, it has to come from the manufacturer or a distributor,
Distributor.
okay? So,
Interesting.
it's the way it is, it's the rules, it's the law. So,
Rules.
I don't like
so
the
what
rules.
could happen is, okay, Diggers could, you know, whoever
get us
their
in contact
distributor
with their
is, yeah,
distributor.
they're the
Yeah.
contact. We could make arrangements to, you know, make a special purchase from their distributor, you know, for a particular thing or something, or, you know, a small purchase. I don't think we wanna buy a lot, it's a test for us, we don't have no idea how much we're gonna
Right.
sell.
Yeah.
We'd rather run out than be stuck with
Yeah,
it.
I'd rather run out than be stuck with it, so.
Although we could always enjoy it after the fact.
I think you can this place alone like nothing.
Alright, if we're gonna do that, I'm bringing home a gallon of milk.
Yeah, that's why we're
Miracle
gonna have
House
a
of
Gary
Wine,
come in.
3
So that we can have a, you know,
Glasses
a
on bottle,
55-gallon drum
case
of
of 12,
you know,
only
Gone.
milk.
40.
Cause I'm maybe the only one who doesn't partake in
Yeah.
any of this stuff, so I want maple syrup and I want a gallon of milk.
Okay, but you're not getting drunk off that. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, they make.
But
You're
I'd
gonna,
be
you're gonna
happy.
get a heck of a bellyache, but you're not getting.
But I'd be
They've
happy.
distilled maple syrup
Yes.
before. Yes, they have.
Ew. I'm not even.
No,
going
it's actually
there.
really good. They make a maple liqueur that's really good.
They have.
It's a maple cream liqueur. It's,
Okay,
You
so,
mix with milk and it tastes yummy, right?
there you go.
alright, so
And cookies.
On ice cream.
you're gonna check out
I will
for
see what I
wine?
can do, yeah.
Okay. And you have to inform Berkshire again, to line them up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're looking at cider.
Alright, and you're gonna
Keith is
find me
doing
some
cider.
dancers.
Yep.
Okay. When you get somebody that's interested,
Okay.
they're gonna, if, you know, they wanna see them, give me a yell, we'll make, you know, the puppets, we'll make a
Just
big,
text me the images.
huh?
Text me the images. So I can.
You just throw them on an email to everybody, that way we all have them?
I can, yeah.
Sweet. Move to adjourn.
Giddy up.
Second.
All in
Next
favor?
meeting, please,
Next meeting,
Oh, yeah.
I hate this.
so I don't have to do a million emails.
No, emails are so much better.
Oh,
I
I
actually
know.
have my
Yeah,
calendar.
that's questionable. Isn't that what you have in your phone?
Yeah. So I'm doing right
So Dan, I just texted him, he said, it depends if they close the bridge again. You know, the extra gas it would take. He lives right across the street on
there.
North
That's
Street.
funny.
So he's
that's
at,
nuts.
What are we looking at here?
I don't know, you
July.
guys tell me, I didn't pull out my calendar.
2 weeks? Or 3?
July 30th.
I can do it.
Works for me,
Yep.
What day is that on?
Monday.
Monday.
It's actually the Monday we come back from New York.
guys won't believe the adventure we're working on. Okay.
They don't think I'm crazy enough.
You gonna bring Madame Tussauds?
Oh, I'm
to-
doing a real, something even crazier than the puppets.
Oh, he's got that look in his eye.
One last
Yeah.
thing.
Huh?
We
One
adjourn.
last thing. For all members of the table, remember that we officially changed the title of Oktoberfest to spelling with a K.
Yes.
We did that.
Yeah.
We did that.
Please make sure that all communication in written form.
We
Is with
came
a
to
K.
John's.
Because, believe it or not, people go, is it a C or is it a K?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
really?
It
Don't
is confusing though. I mean, I
Yeah,
was
but
confused when I first
still,
joined the
it's
committee.
still Douglas, and can't you be worried about something more important? Like,
No.
Have
Have you met Douglas?
have you been on any social
Is the
media
logo
sites?
a
Oh yeah, come on,
Huh?
I
Is the
miss
logo a
Keith
C or a
making his
K?
The
comments.
logo's got a K.
What?
No, cause they're funny.
And the banner's got a K.
So, is the, what's the official name of the committee?
The Douglas Oktoberfest Committee with a C.
Well, we need to
No,
do
it was with a K. Because
How
that was
can
the
they be
whole.
different?
Because that was the whole point. Was that the
Okay, well,
event
we
was a
just
C
named-
and we were a
Yeah,
K.
but we renamed it, so now it has a K.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
K.
Okay. T-O.
Oh, right.
That's a K.
I need to go start drinking.
So when you put it on camera, it's a K.
And you're.